So I should be getting some additional information in in a few seconds. So let's wait that. Yeah, sorry that there is this interlude which I wasn't planning to. I was planning to like take a short break before starting, but I think I should get like things rolling and then take a break. I haven't really planned on when to actually eat, even. But I expect that's gonna be like way later in the day, seeing how much, like how fast the time went by with 100% orange juice. I was expecting the games to be longer overall, but yeah. Yeah, capture software should be running, so I'm gonna jump back in, switch the screen, and behold, behold, OBS, why are you doing this to me? I created a button that should just make the window visible. It's not. Now it's working. Now I can press the button. But a second ago it wasn't. OBS is definitely having a field day. So let's jump into Pokemon Scarlet. I haven't played at all since the stream. Yes, that was the idea. I will go through the story on the stream and stream alone. But my personal copy, I have finished the story last week. I have almost finished with the Pokédex, but I'm still missing a few. Wait, what? ID 44. I'm getting very weird messages from the friend. It's ID 44. Like, Pokédex number 44 is Gen 1 and it's not Meowth or Persian. Yeah, like I'm getting way weird descriptions from the friend, because only mentions of ID 44 would be from Pokemon Duel, and that's Odino. And Gloom is the Pokédex number, so. So I'm quickly answering my friend that I need some more information because I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea what they discovered, because I never heard Pokemon products having like an ID as like a description, other than like certain product lines, which it could be, but that sounds like a big product line, especially for plushies. And of course that wouldn't tell anything if I don't know the series, and even if I did, nobody goes through those so well on Google. Like that's like easily Googleable. Yeah. I forgot that this was the point where we left off. I remember that we were like one step behind. But since we are here, let's roll with the story. And let me... There we go. Testing out that the thing is recording. So far as I remember, this is one of the things which got lost. So those that were on Weird Stream yesterday, note I'm like quite a few steps ahead where he left off yesterday. Not that much, but important details have been gone, like set in the past already. But like I did try to hint, many of the developments were easy to guess from very early on the story. But you see this outburst from the little brother. I didn't expect how bad that goes. I won't spoil it because it's like holy shit when we get all the way to the ending. Let me just tell you, nobody would have guessed. And Carmine keeps having that attitude. Not gonna say is it gonna go all the way to the end, but pretty much. If you give anything that's wrong, you just get this answer. It should be the same no matter what you give, unless it's the mask. I think that's an answer. Wait. A description of a Pokemon. It's black colored and red in the ears. If it looks like a cat, that's but red in the ears. But that's not Litten. Litten's ears are not red. Hold up. I need to send him a picture. So I need to get a picture of Litten on my phone, which shows the full Pokemon. And yeah, the name of the Pokemon is it's quite on the nose, but so most of them are. And here we find the true story. And for some reason, like that's cut off. I guess they wanted this to be like a cutoff point, just so if you have a recording or something, you can't have a break there. I was so certain from the very outset, like even when the trailer for the DLC came out, that something akin to this would have been the case. That like the ogre wasn't the bad guy. And that should not have been a hard thing to imagine, since when you are shown the pictures of the so-called guardians, like on the trailer, they look very mean. Like, imagine if the masks would not have had any sort of powers. Would any of this have happened? Why would have they gone their way to even seek the masks if they would have just been masks? Just something to hide your face. That weapon though. Yeah, like the way that they build up this story, it makes sense. Because of course it would have looked bad that, oh, there's just this wild Pokemon that just attacks other Pokemons in the town. It makes sense that the village got the story the other, like the wrong way around. Yeah, like there's no way you could just tell the truth. It's become part of the identity of the place. Like it would take really drastic measures to get the truth out to the people. Like heretic sounds like a very harsh word here. Because like, yeah, there was veneration, but that goes like into way more. They branded them as a heretic, and the family would not have been allowed to live here if they meant to just like tagged and claimed as a liar. it makes a lot more sense that the family was allowed to live here after that. You can't just fix a chip max, a chip gem like that. Like, once a gem breaks, you can only shape and sand it to be smaller and quote-unquote fixed, or exchange it. But we'll get to that soon. At least relatively soon. And I'm gonna stop the recording there. And notice that there is a one big bonus for this recording program compared to the old. Yeah, the new issues are huge, and I would much prefer using the old, but they just like got rid of the support for it everywhere, so they really can't use it anymore. Like the Stream Deck can't use it. It's gone. It doesn't receive updates. I have like used it manually for random things, so on certain things it can still be used, but the upside for this new one is you guys are not seeing a freeze frame right now. You are still seeing like the game going on, even though the recording is like rendering now. In the previous one, it just, well, stopped. Like, I could continue seeing it, but you guys couldn't. I still don't get why was it one-sided, but heyo. So let's continue and meet up with Kieran. Just instinctively know that he's here. Don't think this one really had any options. Yeah, sorry about the... Yeah, I have no idea what my friend is about. Is there like... It's like a kitten, but looks more like a cat. Like, I don't know how much more... Oh, the store is even closing. I think he might be at the Pokemon Center because he's saying that there is like a huge line. But Pokemon Center should have like good IDs and information in multiple languages. And I would have expected him to find more than just a Skitty and a Litten that looks more like a cat. I have no idea. I still have no idea what he means. He has sent me a picture of one plushie he found earlier, which he gotten without even asking me. But He could be in a place where they forbid use of cameras. Now that I think of it, would make sense. Yeah, we are all up to the last signboard. The software, for some reason, I think it's having a rough time for the recording. Like rendering it. Because it's frozen on my end. But since the sound is going, and the video is going on the stream end, I could, in a sense, just keep going. For a while at least. As there shouldn't be anything I was planning on recording in a while. Picking up these random items. Not gonna go wham and actually collect everything. I want to leave a certain amount of random stuff laying about for if I want to get this new mark, which you can earn for Pokemon. I can tell you the secret. In order to earn that, you need to send out the Pokemon to collect stuff for you. But it's random. It might take hundreds, it might take like 10 items. So yeah, that's why I want to leave like a good amount around still. Those random things, like the smaller shines that doesn't have the Pokeball, they must respawn at a quite a good frequency, because I keep still finding them on the personal copy, but I don't know how frequent that is. But yeah, here is the last signboard. So you could, in a sense, trek around the mountain, but of course it's faster to go over the mountain, since I have the capability of climbing it. Oh yeah, did I talk to this NPC? No, I actually didn't do it in the stream, so let's do it now. And I might need to restart the recording software. It's not going anywhere. Which means that the recording I did most likely is not gonna work. But yeah, now I have this theme with the Rodon phone. I don't get why it's like Pikachu and Eevee in that manner. Like that is the theme of the device, yes, but I expected it to be a slightly different one. Wait. There is another NPC that changes menus, which I seemingly skipped on talking on last stream as well. Oh well. That won't take long, and you aren't missing much. You are quite reloaded to talk to that NPC. Anyway, so if I don't go that way, it shouldn't be a big deal. And it doesn't change like the theming that radically. Most didn't even notice when it happens. Meanwhile, this one is like way more noticeable. And yeah, I'm gonna close down the recording program because it's not responding anymore. So let me quickly check. So I see that there is this temporary file here. I will try to see if I can salvage it. It might not be salvageable. But if it is, at the least I have that one saved up. Like, today just all sort of technical difficulties just happen. I am over halfway. Wait, what is this recording from? It's just this week as my last one. Oh, now I know what it is. So yeah, it's official. The recording I did, it doesn't exist. It's gone. I'm gonna restart the software again because it was in the mode where it's not gonna work. Now it should be in the mode that it works again. So I'm currently going to the last signpost, which you need to take a selfie at. So quite far in the DLC. This is a very short one, especially if you just go through and just do the quests. You're done with the DLC very quickly, especially if you have completed the main game first. I could see that actually getting to places and completing this DLC would take a long ass time if you would not have completed the main game. Yeah, like I completed the story on my personal copy last week. But this is the place. Oh, come on. This is annoyingly sloped, so you end up like just sweeping down. What's this? Nothing of any interest, really. Wait, haven't I healed my Pokemon, or why do I have an Hillape as the first Pokemon anyway? Well, I haven't really been using it much, so I guess we could just have it at the front. And oh, there is a Pokemon that was part of yesterday's hunting goal. Gligar. Oh, look at it, runs! It runs! It doesn't glide at you, it just runs! Why is it running? Why are you running? But yeah, it's a Scarlet exclusive, and well, my personal copy is Violet, so is Thistle's. So we actually captured... oh, now it flies. I guess I have to capture it now. It just ran at us, so I need to capture it. And it doesn't want to be captured. I might kill it, but if it happens, it happens. Oh no, it's boosting up. It it might actually do some damage if it does that one more time. Yeah, for my Violet copy I would need about 10 as well. And most of them are like evolutions or trade evolutions too. I have not yet exchanged anything from home. Like, I could finish the DLC without transferring anything from home or from Go, but I don't know. I might try to do it without, or I just might do it so I get it finished. Because we are talking about so little anymore. I've been doing a lot of raids, so I got on like version exclusives quite frequently from that. So I haven't needed to exchange yet. To still get ahead with the Pokédex completion. And since we reached this sign, a new map for the minigame. I don't know. And there you can see, they ask you, there's nothing you can do. Like, this is one of the rare moments when you say no to a battle, they just don't kick you out of the discussion and make you talk to them again. They just take you to a battle. This required... Yeah, you need to have been hit. Yeah, I'm totally down for doing Ogre Austin. I haven't really done it like at all. Only like the tutorial one. Weird didn't get to that part yet in the game. Yeah, you need more players. I've seen videos about it. But like I know that Thistle have completed. So there would be at least 3 of us. Weird should get like to the point where he can play it soon as well. So we should be able to get a full party relatively easily. Don't haze me, bro. There was like one of the raids on Will's yesterday's stream, which I just couldn't do anything because the damn raid boss kept using haze. So my belly drums just, the only effect it did was to half my HP and do nothing else. No, my evasiveness. Like, that move, like, feels like one of the moves which on paper sounds so much better than in practice. But at least it beats the moves that just go over the speed without doing damage. Ah yes, sent the normal type against the ghost, which also fights. Speed I get, attack boost I don't. Like, the fights in this DLC should be much more fair to my opponents with the stream copy, since I have not done like anything outside of the streams really, so my levels aren't that high. But on my personal copy, there is they have no hope. They weren't able to knock out more than one of my Pokemon in the entirety of the DLC. Except when I was trying to capture a certain Pokemon, that Pokemon wiped out my entire team. I used over 100 Pokeballs. That was just pure RNG bullshit. Yeah, that mask thing sounds very traditional folklore thing. Because there are multiple places, not just in Japan, there were actually places in Europe that had similar kind of stories. And where like people needed to have masks on them, or needed to have masks like on the back of their heads in order to escape or avoid being attacked by a beast. In Africa, it actually have been shown to be a effective way to deter certain predators, because they recognize what is a human face, and they recognize mask as a human face. So they're like, oh, the human is looking directly at me all the time. How is that? And that's funny. And people have learned that and have utilized it. You have done way more training than I have. I only have like a couple. Like outside of the tournament team, I did, and even not all of them are level 100. On my personal copy, I mean. There is a couple Pokemon that have reached level 100 but are far from optimized. There's one raid optimized one I done, and then like 2 gift Pokemons from online events. Like I've given up on mostly on 6 and 7s, because even if I would have the optimized Pokemon, the likelihood there being someone random that will drag the team down. I should train up a couple more like different types, and a couple of Pokemon with different moves, so I could attend more kinds of 5-star raids, but I haven't bothered as much yet. So I have so many games on Switch alone which I need to complete. I want to move on. I want to see how the story ends, but I don't have the time. Oh, I couldn't attend the Placery event. It was a shame, because that sounds nice. Oh, Bombardier, stop it. Like, I have unlimited rare candies in Pokemon Sword. And I was expecting that they must have the integration for the Pokeball Plus with this game as well. They still haven't added it. I don't think they ever will. And it's sad. And I have stopped using the Pokeball Plus. It's in a horrible condition right now. I fear how long it will take that the Pokemon Go Plus Plus it's in the same condition. And this is the bad thing about Scarlet and Violet. I just tend to drift randomly, just going about, not looking for anything specific, but just going around. It's calming, it's fun, but every time I just notice, oh, I spend multiple hours doing this again, without noticing. And like, finding random shinies just by going about feels so much better than any other method. And like, there have been the track record for shinies on stream. Let me showcase. How far did I push them? Not far enough, it seems. Yeah, I didn't push them far at all. We have the Tauros that happened relatively early, and then there's the Sedorol, where I was like hiding the screen because of recordings, and I don't even remember what I was exactly doing. I was like wanting to show some place and not exactly the full route there, and then I just popped by this immediately on my way. I had such a long time after completing the Pokédex before I got on a single shiny. We're talking half a year of no randos. On my birthday, I did try to maximize time I have to play, so I could potentially get the rare mark you can only get on your birthday. I found two random shinies back to back. Completely different species. Mienfoo and Hoothoot. The Mienfoo even had the early riser mark. And I only got a couple Pokemon with the Destiny mark. Nothing major, but at least I got two. I'm not feeling like capturing that many random Pokemon right now, at least. Maybe I should just go directly towards the objective. I am like wanting to do a raid though, but it needs to be like level 3 or lower, so I can really do it on this copy. I don't have anything good for raids in this copy. And this is a place I haven't actually gone by in the other version. That's a nice Nice catch. I don't remember when I have actually even found a random shiny of an evolved Pokemon. I tend to find like the base forms. Like there's of course exceptions like Ultra Sun/Moon where you get that like those pretty much guaranteed shiny Alterias and what other Pokemons were in those slots. But Ultra Surfing, it shouldn't count as random. It is technically like guaranteed if you get far enough and use the right exit. Yeah, I've never really climbed this side of the cliff. I only like jump down. Gibble. I should train up like a good Gibble for raiding. Like thistles were devastating one of the raids we attended yesterday. It was glorious to see. Meanwhile, if I'm not mixing up the raids, I got one-shotted by the boss constantly, which should not have happened that easily, but it did. This one, I didn't even check what it was, I just went by it. Like, sure. Like, if I find a raid interesting enough, I'm just doubtful that there is something like that about. Like my goal is mainly to go through the story, so I should really get back to that. I'm just very annoyed how many technical difficulties there have been today, and the recording gone awry like earlier when I started doesn't bode well. This NPC. So I did talk to them. Why didn't I? Oh yeah, I forgot. It was in the bag, not in the boxes. Sudden mismemory. Oh well. Like NPCs inside here, they never really have anything interesting to say. So let's just get to bed. And it's sad that you don't ever see the rooms. This NPC got the worst. Wait, where? Wait. Huh? I'm looking at her eyes. It really felt like one of them is not looking where it should be. Let's try that again. See, it worked first, but now she's turning, so yeah, now it feels like it's going as it should. I don't know, was I just seeing it wrong and imagining for a second, but it really felt like she was quite cross-eyed earlier. Oh well. Overexert yourself. Like, if you could not go around this freaking town and get 3 selfies in one day, you're a lazy bum. And so is the player character. Because it took them 2. Why do I feel like I found multiple copies of Rock Tomb in this DLC? Pum pum pum. Yep. Like I said, you cannot just fix a broken crystal. If it breaks, you really need a new one. Why does she get away with this? She's insane. Favorite shiny, like, overall? Like, or do you want me to limit the selection? Like, one I have, or of all Pokemon? Because now that I'm starting to think about it, it might be the same actually, because like a random like a favorite shiny, I want to think it as like the shiny form is such a cool upgrade to the normal one. The Pokemon itself is far from my favorite. It is my favorite water type though, but very far from my favorite Pokemon overall. I think it's Greninja. It's just so suitable, and I love how the shiny looks. And the card is so usable in the TCG, and it had a good track record, because I have a shiny Greninja on my tournament team. It had a good tournament record. That's interesting. I haven't had that happening in a long while, and not ever in a place like this. But yeah, I think Greninja is, yeah, it's gonna take the spot. Like, Raygaza's shiny I love so much as well, but it loses certain things. Like, if it would have been black and green, I would have loved it way more. It like loses much of its essence on the shiny front compared to what it had originally. like the Emerald Pokemon should always have green on them. Let them be shiny or not. I'm giving the same fault to Groudon and Kyogre. Their primal reversion shinies fix it mostly, but not fully. It's always so funny to see Pokemon in places where you would not expect them to spawn. I want to see what that raid is. Even though it made me waste time. No, that's a very boring one. And I'm surprised how many of those raids have been on about yesterday. But then again, there were like 3 fire type Wallaby raids in the Weird Yesterday stream on my end alone. If I had a sandwich set up, this could be a good spot to find a shiny, but I don't even know what a shiny Clement looks like. And it's small enough that tracking one down might be annoying. Let me read what you said. Oh yeah, I have seen that. Like you have sent a link. I like deciding that on my own though. Certain choices with that one I don't like timer ball with poison. I get it and I don't get it. Like I just have my system that special Pokemons I put in Premier Balls. That's like it. Like sometimes I go out of my way and find a suitable one, but mostly Premier Balls. I don't know where it just started up, but I know many people who do the same. It gives more challenge as well. Dark Apple. That would have been an interesting one, but a very, very short one. Rider Green's us boo. Yeah, that might be annoying to differentiate. Yeah, I like Shiny Umbreon is cool, but Umbreon is a weird one in the case that I can't ever decide which one I like more, the shiny or not shiny. Yeah, it makes sense. there is the downside of the like that fact that you could have set them the other way around, and it still would have made sense to be correct. That like the shiny one would have been the normal one. That's what I think it's like wrong with it, because the normal one should feel like the correct one, and the shiny one should have like some sort of story behind it, like why is it different, and should have a theming of its own. Like I like the shiny theme for the Paradox Pokemons in Violet. Like most of them aren't that good, but I like the idea a hell of a lot of. Like it is directly from the factory, they still haven't been painted. It's funny. Yeah, using crystals of this shape to have them mold into the mask as they are, that's impossible. Like, their shape and size, it doesn't work. Like, there is not enough material to work with. Yeah, like old gen shinies, they were random, like not randomly, but they were generated by moving the color values around. It was like a required system, but it resulted in quite bad shinies from time to time. It's annoying. Like at least the Sneasler has like a way better shiny theming. But it's another one of those where I don't know which one I like more, the normal or the shiny one. I failed to get a shiny one though, so I went with the normal on my tournament team. Yeah, it is like Gen 1 and 2, all of them pretty much. And I think all of them did in the games, but they have corrected some of the values through the years. But in the games they all should have had a palette swap based on values. Like every color moves a certain amount to a certain direction. I don't remember like what the directions and amounts were, but that's how it worked. Yeah, like Gengar had a very bad shiny to begin with. At least they fixed the like that for a small while with the Mega form, because the Mega shiny was very cool. Yes, I just want the item, I don't want to fight you. This is an interesting cave. Just gems collecting together, chasing me out. Fine, I'll leave you in peace. Yeah, like most games did that. It was very necessary. Like, look at Mario. So many things are exactly the same, like, same pixels, just differently colored. Freaking clouds, the tree, grass, ground, like, the same pattern, just different colors. guess I won't pass. So you must die. Hydro pump. I've had so bad luck with that move. Yeah, Zelda also had the difficulty that some of the sprites needed to have multiple, like, different recolors. Like, there needed to be the base and a recolor, and then base damage, recolor damage. Like, original Zelda is like one of the games where I don't think they ever overdid it. There being like just the two variants made it clear and easy enough. But there were so many RPGs where they just went so buck wild with the variants, with colors, that it was just awful. Like a huge memory line that, which color of this enemy was the best? Might and Magic 6 has that issue a ton as well. And sometimes the names don't help that much. So if you don't have ID monster to see which one have more HP, well, then you have to guess. Seven had that issue too. 8 really didn't. They had way fewer versions. Usually just 1 and 2. And then they have completely different variants of one species, different occupations and all. And usually like the stronger types were like grouped together. Or there was like one of the stronger types among the weaker ones, so it was clear to see which is which. Like, I get that, but it really feels sometimes that a 90% is a 50% failure rate. Oh, last year I didn't get to the tournament due to missing 6 90% shots in a row. Like, my opponent was on the last Pokemon. I had 3 remaining, and I lost them all on 90% hit chances. Oh boy, the time goes fast. I need to actually start thinking about when I'm gonna eat. I wanted to finish like the story before I do that though, so I might actually snack before eating. Because I find that I should be able to snack while playing, but not really eat while playing. Yeah, like, percentage-wise, that sounds like a very good idea, but really, that's so damn risky. Like, Keldeo is supposed to be an ace. You can't risk all the moves. Like, it's gonna be such an RNG hell. Kieran has gone mad. Let's stay far enough. Cause I'm gonna need a break here. It's been what, soon 4 hours. Holy shit! How has it been 4 hours already? I only gotten a single extra drink so far. Like I would have expected that I would have gotten drinks for like couple times already. Yeah, I fully agree with that sentiment. But yeah, so I saved the game because I really need that the recording working with this one. If it doesn't, I might just quickly reload the save and do the fight again, just to possibly fix up the recording. Because I don't have a third chance, since I don't have a third copy of the game. But we'll see. I might not like need it that badly. I could crop it from the stream as well. But I need a break now, that's for certain. So, a couple of minutes. I'll quickly go to the toilet, get a drink, get the snacks here. So I don't have much, but at least I have something. I didn't have time to prepare. There was a risk that this stream would have been cancelled completely due to the car thing. So I couldn't do that well preparations which I hoped for. And the preparations I did was in vain mostly due to the freaking technical difficulties which are completely out of my system. So as my control with the latter ones. But yeah, I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Governor Militant Alexander's naming of his capital proved highly premature, as Victory Bay saw his troops broken and slaughtered by the powers of chaos. Eliphas the Inheritor led an unholy procession through the streets of the shattered city, his cultists shouting out terrible supplications and gathering up the dead and wounded. These unfortunates were brought before the great Hellstorm cannon that had formed the center of the Imperial defense. Eliphas' sorcerers, Amphion and Zethus, then performed a terrifying ritual using these rotting corpses as their sacrifice. With their dark words, the demon of plague and rot, bound into the cannon during the Horus Heresy, awoke anew. The Word-Bearers celebrated this day as that when their new crusade obtained the support of Ner'gul, the Chaos God of pestilence and decay. To celebrate his victory over the Eldar, Eliphas had his men crack open all the aliens' waystones. According to the black texts circulated after this dark day, these eldritch gems held the souls of the Eldar, keeping them from feeding the powers of chaos. By breaking the waystones, the Word-Bearers fed thousands of Eldar souls to Slaanesh, the Chaos God of excess and decadence, and obtained that dark deity's favor for their dark crusade. Faithful subjects of the Emperor understandably took heart to see the word-bearers strike at the heart of the Necron infestation of Cronus. With two implacable evils turning on one another, the thinking went, the forces of right couldn't help but win. Unfortunately, Eliphas the Inheritor would emerge from his victory in the Thur Abyss Plateau more dangerous than ever. Imperial commanders could not guess that the Necrons held strange technologies and artifacts that were as hateful to the powers of chaos as they were to life itself. By shattering the basalt monoliths and unholy archives of the Necrons, Eliphas was striking at one of the only forces, other than the God Emperor himself, able to push back the ruinous powers. In so doing, he not only removed a threat to his power, but gained the favor of Tzench, one of the Chaos Gods of the Warp. His dark crusade would carry the sanction of the God of Sorcery from that day onward, making it all the more unstoppable.
Yes, indeed, there should be a be right back screen since I'm not here. I had to take a momentary break there. And yeah, my snack selection for the day is very lacking as well. I would have hoped for much better and varied of a selection to survive and go through the day. Sadly, on Thursday, when I went out to get some, the stores were out of almost everything I was going to get, and I was at work for over 12 hours yesterday. I got there before 8 AM and left after 9 PM, so I wasn't able to fix that error yesterday. I technically could have gone to the store on my way back, because there would have been a 24-hour store, but a colleague of mine catched a ride to my apartment because I'm not that far away from a tram stop. So he got a ride here and then walked to the tram stop. So I could not even do that. But at least I have these donuts. Jelly-filled are my favorite. No, they are not. And I haven't even seen jelly-filled donuts available anywhere. Like, ever in this country? I bet some sell them somewhere, but I've never seen any. These are just sugar. Like, just sugar. Nothing else. Let me take that overall packing away. These tend to be way too sugary. For like not too sweet, but the sugar just gets everywhere. So we'll have to see how hard of a time I have to eat them. But at least it's something. And they don't taste bad. They taste quite okay. Let's start the recording. There we go. I just saw something pop in the corner of the screen. Yeah, this could have been fixed so easily. Even now, it could be fixed easily. But we're dealing with two mad men over here. Yeah, I told you it's crazy. I was hoping that they would have explained this by like saying that the mask did something when he took it, but I can spoil enough. They never say that the masks have anything to do with it or anything like that. And again, if I say no, fight still commences. There is a thing that will happen later on. After it has happened, I will explain like why, what I like most likely did happen, and they just didn't fully out explain it, which is good, but I heard that it left a lot of confusion among people. Yeah, like I understand like that the mask shouldn't have, but the other masks, those I would have fully expected to have dark powers to them, malignant anger. Well, Ogreborn's mask should also have like anger to like in it as well. And yeah, I'm actually surprised he knocked out a Pokemon. I did say that these matches are gonna be way more fair than with my personal copy, but still. Whoa! Kieran is really actually going into it. Yeah, I know that like they were crafted with love, but you have to note that they were stolen and held by, well, bad Pokemon. And even Ogreborn's mask could have been like influenced by the anger Ogreborn felt for what happened. That's not how the story went, but it could have went like that. There is the potential. It outsped me. It actually outsped me. Huh. That's interesting. Like, I'm actually a couple Pokemon down. This feels like a fight. This is fun. Ow. For some reason Pokemon Go keeps sending me notifications. I didn't remember that there should have been an event today. Gligar. Like, I will play as this would be set not switch, so I will never switch. If I sometimes do, it's by accident, or it's a random NPC and I just kind of forgot. Ow. Let's see how much I can damage with this though. Yeah. Should be enough, and it was. Burp. The issue, I'm not gonna hurt the burp that much, but almost. Yeah, if you would have had set in all the old games, many of the fights would have been so much easier. I kinda gave this knockout. Let's end it with Salt. Because I grown to Kanako a ton. It's my favorite of its type right now. Because... not Stealth Rock, no. Wrong move. Up. Pikachu. Funny of you to pop by. Yeah, I actually wanted to use the Salt Cure. But too late for that now. Ow! I never actually seen that happening before. But yeah, Kanako was my best performing Pokemon in the entire tournament. Come to this. Dragon versus dragon. Ooh, not enough. Not my speed. Yeah, Ice Fang would have most likely done it in one, but I wanted the dragon move to be the one. And smack. And yeah, that just happened. Like, I was starting to think that like it took a while for the story to get to the point where they return. And yeah, like I did say that I'm gonna explain what just happened after it happens. So I think it should be obvious, because he was holding the mask when he hit the monument. The mask's ability to heal resurrected the Pokemon. It's never explained, but I would just assume that that's what happened. Oh, really? Like, I do remember the Dusk Balls were nerfed, but I don't remember that they were nerfed in Sun and Moon. Although, it's so much more dark in Sun and Moon, it makes sense. Yeah, it would make sense. But buffing Quick Balls in Sword and Shield, like, they have been extremely strong. I just don't remember that, like, nobody's saying that they were buffed in there. Wait, is it really that much? That's quite a big boost. No, oh, Scarlet Violet. Ugh. Like, that's a humongous boost. Like, I've always kept that they are like very good, but that feels quite extreme. And I can see that the recording is here, so we should be able to just continue. Good. Wait, they changed something else in Sun and Moon as well? Oh, that was where the Quick Ball changed. Because that one I could understand, because I started using Quick Balls like off insane amount in Sun and like after Sun and Moon. Yeah. It makes sense that the change would have happened there as well. Let me actually heal my Pokemon. I didn't do this once in my personal playthrough. Not once. All the healing happened automatically. And it wasn't necessary. But it's a difference of 20 to 30 levels to many of the Pokemon. It makes sense. Plus, I overall had better type advantages. Overall. In certain points it's way worse, but those parts are only to become. Haven't reached it quite yet. 2 million. And why does it feel like I'm running way faster than normal? Yeah, that system didn't make any sense. I don't know why, but it really feels like my running speed was way more than it was. Oh yeah, and now you can actually buy the masks. During the festival, you couldn't. Oh yeah, I forgot we have the very cursed hairdo. Like, the mask of Okidoki actually makes it look like like a freaking Power Rangers hero. It makes sense. And As a mask, I like it. It's cool. The Pokemon, I hate. It just has such a good color scheme. Yeah, Monkey Dory. It looks like a villain. I get to go. Firenze beat it. Yeah, Power Rangers hero is. I see it. It looks like a hero. And then we have Cursed Eevee mask. And not equally, but still Cursed Pikachu mask. And then these are so cursed. I wish there would be more. Then the Ks are just the usual, except we have these as new. I remember that choice of words were quite random, but I don't remember exactly what it was. Also, yesterday during work, there were so many fighter jets flying all over, like the locations we were at, and even during like the work party, late at night, there were fighters flying. I can hear that there's one outside right now, flying by. It makes sense that this is a very important time to have everything checked and have training, but it's been quite extreme. And Saturday is not a good day to have training, for many reasons. I don't remember that was a thing. Maybe I just blocked it out of my memory. And Monkey Dory is the only fight that I need to re-record, because that one got corrupted. How did they know that the masks are here though? Like, have they been listening into people as spirits or something? Because I really doubt that they can just sense the masks. I just love this interaction. Like, I know it's a very bad thing, but they don't know. Like, everybody in the village outside of Carmen's family would have done the same. They're heroes, they're venerated heroes, returned to living, and well, of course they would give them festival food. Yeah, it is good. Like, that's like the one interaction I love that Carmen does. Pretty much everything else I hate. this is one of those excellent moments where to just start doing random shit for hours and hours, leave the place, come back, when you would actually need to hurry story-wise to make it any of this need to make sense. And kid, do you know what you're doing? You are licking the insides of your mask, while a hungry Chimeco is just watching. Like, you can barely even sniff the apple with a mask like that. No, I'm not gonna stop worrying. The poor Chimeco deserves better than this. Well, let's go save Overpawn. Whoop! Yeah, traversing this DLC would be so slow without this. And there's the poor fellow being harassed. And it's so immersion breaking that they just attack you one by one. Ooh. That was a good dose of XP. Yeah, but like they are so close to their objective of revenge. I don't think Ogreborn would have had anywhere to go anyway. Like, it's just a sheer cliff down. But I do get that. I'm just thinking, like, there must be a anime version of these events happening at some point. I'm just wondering how it's gonna turn out. And is it gonna be like a game type of special, or is it gonna be the new anime show with those protagonists in the story? Because there are multiple Pokemon anime products going right now, and like, you can't guess it anymore. A couple of years ago, it would have been easy to say that yeah, Ash will be the hero in the story. Ogreborn will like fall in love with Ash and start to follow him around. But no, that's not gonna happen. I think they might have even stopped making the special movies too. Because I was thinking that... Because there was an official statement that Ash will stop his adventures way before it happened. So I was expecting that the series is gonna change, but there would still be those special movies, because those are meant to be a different continuity, like the last movies that happened. Like the newer one with Lugia and Zerora, those are completely different continuity. Are you serious? Like, second in command would have sounded highly from you already. I just love how cool his Okerborn was there. Like, what the hell is going on? And I feel so many out there, maybe not yet, but will, just leave the story at this point for a long, long while. Just so Okerborn is following you around. It is actually adorable. I was expecting not to like it. But its mannerisms, it's cute. I like it. It doesn't care about the weather, like our player seems to. Constantly harassed by that small amount of rain. And just fell asleep. But yeah, imagine how long it's been living in this drilly cave. It doesn't even want to enter its home anymore. Like, if this is the bed, like this is a dining table and dining chair, and does Okerborn know how to build up a fire? It looks like that. Oh, you actually came in. I didn't manage to get Okerborn to come in here on my personal copy. He just never wanted. Always remained outside. Okay, let's leave this place. And yeah, like the best shot I could have seen Okerborn to escape would have been like, get here, jump, like risk jumping here, and then down, or just straight down. So not good odds. Like, yeah, that makes sense that there would be some remains of that fight, but a corpse and bloodstains don't leave marks like that for that long of a time. Like, because there is nothing remaining, I expect that the mask maker buried the corpse of Okerborn's partner. It just has to be the way. I don't think Okerborn could have done that. It seems too innocent. to be able to bury their friend. Like, I'm still leaning more on the fire pit theory. Because, like, even though fire... Like, it could have been the Ogreborn's partner that kept the fire pit. Now that I think of it. Because that leaves marks if it's done for long enough of a time. If the surface is not, like, used for anything else, it can remain for decades. Like, those markings. And Ogreborn has the fire mask, well, had at some point, so it could be that the Ogreborn's partner taught Ogreborn to use that mask in order to help to create a fire. When Ogreborn lost that mask, Ogreborn just figured out a way. Maybe? Oh, this is already like a spot. I was thinking that I could go around the spot here. Just so the cutscene wouldn't look stupid. Yeah, Ogreborn has no thoughts in its head. It's completely empty. Like, there are many random NPCs that, like, say, like, I originally thought that would have had something, but only have, like, seen the Pokemon but have nothing proper to say. Like, why you look so worried? Like, have you ever even talked to Kieran? Again, like, how much of time you need to work on the assignment? Let's make this place like a lot larger than it is. Let's say it's multiple kilometers wide. That you would take a long time to walk. It still shouldn't take you more than a day. A day is sign at maximum. Even as kids, you would just plan out that, oh, this route, we're gonna rest here, 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 and here. And come back and rest when needed. So yeah. Here we have somebody that actually has vital information. I don't remember where all of them were. Oh yeah, this one I didn't see for a long while. And the fun fact was, I was able to just guess where all of the three of them were, except the burp. I was almost on the money, but not exactly. And they aren't there until you complete this part. And your friends don't find anything. I'm gonna eat a second donut. Yeah, these are good, but I need to be careful that the sugar doesn't get everywhere. Yeah, this comes out of nowhere. Like, just a second ago, he was so happy to see that Ogrebourne understood what our player character said. And now they just go. Like, there would have needed to be a couple of scenes in between here where he would have felt more left out. And I have a hunch that there might have been like plans to have additional things, but they were cut out for streamlining and making the game feel better. Because it would have been annoying just to walk back and front and do nothing really. Many just want to complete these stories like super fast, just so they can capture everything and do every quote-unquote post-game thing. But yeah, now we have the map locations. I expected that the monkey would have been here. Like that area just looks like suitable for it. I was perfectly on the money with that. For Okie Dokie, I was expecting it to be like on top of the rock here. So in the same area. Meanwhile, the only one that I got wrong was the burp. Because I was expecting that the burp would have started like here, and then you would have chased it here. Or here. That's what I was expecting. But when we get there, you're gonna see that I wasn't completely wrong. Just mostly on that front. I wonder what chemicals are used for the burn on Ice Hill. Because thematically, if you would think of combining the two of them, it would result into an ointment that does nothing. But really, I could see it depending on how it's meant to work, like what is used. But most likely, what I would expect them to be, like as real things, the effect of combining both chemicals into one would cause your skin to feel like it's burning and freezing at the same time. And it would not really help with either. It would make your skin try to cool down, but your blood to heat up. It would be horrible. And let's just say I have been in a situation like that due to complete ineptitude of medical personnel. And I'm not talking actual medical personnel, these were people that were on standby to be medical personnel for school events. No training whatsoever. Students knew better, yet were ignored. Yeah, like thematically, that would be like the wanted result. But really, it would be something completely different. Ugh. I hate that. Of course, my throat needs to be very strung up. Today of all days. I'm gonna need to cough my lungs out for a second, so I'm gonna mute. Yeah, I can't avoid all those horrible coughs, but when I can, I will try. Not avoid trying to do them, because it would just feel way worse if I don't. As avoid as in I will try to mute. But sudden jolts are something hard to avoid. Yeah, I don't want a rock right now. Although, a rock as a present would be a neat thing. Because it's been a couple of decades since anybody given me some sort of gem or a mineral thing as a present. I got on tiny statues. Wait, I already went past the place. Yeah. Oh yeah, because I skipped. Well, I guess we can go for the candied first. I'm gonna pick those items up first. But yeah, I've gotten like small statues in the past 10 years. But nothing has been made of real rock or actual minerals. They all been plaster or something artificially made. And many have been like a plastic sharpener made to look like plaster or stone. Oh lordy. Look, Oh, it's not doing it right now. Yeah, it's just low FPS. But if I leave this battle and step a bit closer, come on, start doing the thing again. Why it's not doing it now? It did it like before the fight started, and I saw it happening on the other copy. If I get close enough, yeah, now it looks like natural. Let's get the details. Oh. Hi. Changmo, I like you, but not now. Let's see if I can make it happen again. Don't want to fight. Oh, it happened for a second there. So I'm not sure, is it, oh god damn it, about the distance or the way you face the Pokemon or what that causes it to happen. I'm not gonna say what it is, because it's gonna ruin the surprise for those that didn't see it when it happened. It happened for like a brief second. So yeah, this is too far. And I was like here when it happened. So let's try to find like the exact spot. So here is the spot where it disappears from view. Yeah, I'm not finding how to make it happen again. I actually... Oh, god dang it. Had to do the battle twice in the Scarlet copy. The Violet copy. Because the first recording didn't happen. Oh, there it happened! For a second again. See? The shaking. It's happening. I don't know why, but it's happening now. Yeah. I don't know what's causing it, but it just happens. And I was able to make it happen every time I tried on the Violet copy. On both retries. And I still have no idea how it happens. It just does. Stop! I don't want to fight you. I'm gonna have to crush them soon. Yeah, it could be the angle. This is too much. I was more towards here. No, it's not happening. I was quite close when it happened with Violet as well. And it only stopped happening when I got to the closest render. Oh, there we go. Here we are. And entering the battle... Oh, nope, it still happens. Wipes. Just pure wipe. Oh, I have no idea why it's doing it. It's just hilarious to look in the background. Just random jitter. But we did it, lads. We did it. Yeah, it makes sense. Hold up. It stopped again. I guess it's more like you need to have that certain angle to it and be far enough, then it starts and then it continues it to like a longer period, like a longer span of places. But it will stop the jittering if I get too close. This is the best angle. Oh, it looks so awful. Oh, like, I don't mind glitches like this. This is just funny. Like, the reason why I say this game was released too early was the crashing. It hasn't happened a lot, but the fact that it has happened more than once makes it an F. And it has happened on both versions, even during on stream. In DLC so far, no crashes, which is odd to think about, but main game, 4 or 5 times combined. But yeah, there are cheaters. Cheaters all the way. I was expecting Okidoki to be closer to this size normally. Like, not all the way this size, but a tad bigger than what it actually is. Don't even remember what's your secondary typing. Or should I say primary? Because the poison was secondary on all of them, right? And yeah, she's mad. And I do find it so funny that on both tries I did this fight in the Violet copy, her Pokemons went down without doing a single attack, like damaging attack move. Yeah, this exact same thing happened. Non-damaging attack, got down to 1 HP, gets poisoned to death. And I even tried at one point to see if I prolong the fights and like make her run out of Pokemon. I couldn't prolong it that much. What was your secondary typing? Completely forgot. Like, I should change the Pokemon. So Ape doesn't really have damaging moves. Assurance isn't gonna cut it. How much is it? It's not gonna outspeed me. But let's try. Yeah, I remember they're all poison something, but I don't remember what's the other part. It could be fighting. No, it can't, because a ghost type move works. Yeah, let's just get rid of it. Couple sing attacks and it's gonna deal whatever. constant boost to the attack makes it just a very good move. Yeah, the Titans have very big issues against her Pokemon. To be frank, I would also want to take her down first. Why do I keep remembering that Ghost Fells are normal and fighting? I don't know where that came from. Yeah, not only it's on steroids, it also had a berry. Boom. I just want her Pokemon to get knocked out. Because now I'm actually alone. It happened. Yeah, that must be why I'm constantly misremembering it. Like, this is so goofy of a mask. Like, this is a Crash Bandicoot mask. Like, straight out. I should legit look at like what the masks in that one Crash game that had multiple masks had. Because it just gives me those vibes so hard. Meanwhile, like the Ogre Bone's own mask, that feels way more like a Japanese one. And so does the rest as well. And I got fully healed. Like the fairy and fighting situation, I understand it partially and partially I don't. Because like the explanation, like there is no official explanation anywhere. They never done so, which I think they really should. They should make an official video where they explain why, like every type, weaknesses and resistances, why they are as they are. There are many unofficial ones, which explain it in the manner, like the best manner that it looks official. But I want an official source as well. And those are very easy to share around as well. Fan things that you always get that, but this is a fan video, that doesn't make it like truth. Yeah, I get that. There are so many random fan theories, especially with Pokemon, that people just keep as the truth, and they will not change their mind. Even after our official source says that no, that's not true. It's all fiction. It's all made up. It did not happen. I went past. I so went past. But yeah, I guess the monkey being here before even ever getting here, just by looking at the map. There's these trees, the color on the map. I knew that this bird is over here because I didn't see these trees anywhere else on the map, and I knew that this bird is in this DLC in this particular form, and that kind of led me that yeah, the monkey must be here as well. It is way too fitting. Okay, I'm surprised I wasn't attacked there. Oh, that one you... Taking both of those out of context was the thing you meant, right? Yeah, very poor choice of words. Oh, yeah, that makes it certain. Wow, more Peko actually survived. It's funny how little I've been poisoned by these. Like, they freaking have moves to poison and they have the ability to poison, yet it hasn't happened often. Oh, it was enough. Huh. Yeah. Of course, now it didn't do an attack move. Wait, is Swatch Wave a priority move? Don't tell me it's actually a priority move. Because that's hell of a strong priority move if it is one. I never used the move. Never had any Pokemon that it would go well with. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. Swatch Wave. Because it hit me first, and then other moves didn't. And the speed wasn't slowed down. No, wait, paralyzed. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Yeah, it's definitely the poisonous surf. that's a recording. But yeah, like, this is the best part of the story in essence. You go down beating the Pokemon, finding them, beating them, but it's so short. Like, it's not a big spoiler, but I really wish that there would have been some kind of combinational attack at some point, that they all three of them would have done like I know that they wouldn't build a system just for battling three of them at once, but like just go in a row, all of them like fighting you, and like meanwhile the two of them could like throw stuff at you or something and give boost to the one fighting. Like when we get further in, you're gonna see why, especially I would have wanted that to happen. But I'm not gonna say it yet, because that's gonna be a spoiler. And it's something I did not see coming. And I hate what happened after it. But it did happen in the first DLC of Sword and Shield 2. Like, this one has so much in common with that DLC, and I bet that the next one is gonna have way much like in common with the second DLC of Sword and Shield. Yeah, like I know that it was a thing. I just mean that they wouldn't build it for this game because they haven't done it. And it shouldn't be a 3 versus 3, it should be 1 versus 3. So the X and Y horde battle mechanic would have been more like it. Or Sun and Moon one. I don't think did they change a lot at all, like the mechanic between the games, or was it completely the same? That raid was slightly tempting. Yeah, that would be cool. And that wasn't what I was expecting. Like, I do have to applaud that they made certain things happen completely different with the story than what I was expecting. Just the main overall arc of the story was just completely predicted by me. Just very tiny nuances changed. That's just a tiny rock. Why Sandwich Wizard? Why you had so much difficulty? Scarlet is one of those moves whenever I've used it, it doesn't do much. When it's used against me, I get burned every single time. Like, no joke. Last year's tournament, constantly being burned by Scarlet. And there were so many random Pokemon that weren't water types, they still use Scarlet. It always worked. For a second there I thought I saw something else being orange than the Vulpix. Stop right there. And there it goes. Yeah, this is what I mean. I did guess that it's gonna fly away. I was just wrong where it's gonna go. But when I played this on the personal copy, I quickly started changing it because I was expecting that maybe it actually is like an event where you have to quickly follow to see where it goes, and it can pop up from different places. When I got to do like this opening of the cave, it wasn't the first time I entered this cave. I've been here earlier in that version. I already knew that no, they aren't gonna do that. I was way faster and I couldn't see it. So what logic does it leave? It's gonna be all the way down. And then you can see it on the map. George. Was this flying type as the secondary? Was it fairy? I think it was fairy then. But that means a monkey is gonna go down. I'm not gonna exchange it though. Oh, close combat before you die. It did not poison? It did not poison. Whoa. I'm surprised. Like, her Pokemons get constantly poisoned. Yeah, the poison typing really helps there. As well. Like, I'm not gonna do much damage, but I'm not gonna change. You wasted the attack on the 1 HP Pokemon. Although her team is like gonna be easily wiped if it would just continue attacking. Ow! You knew an attack that hit both of us and didn't use it earlier. Do you want to self-KO? That looks like a self-KO to me. It survived. It survived. the poison would have gotten it anyway. I missed! Serious? Oh, thank you. Tiny sip of tea. Fine, salt time. I'm poisoned. You poisoned the salt. No, that will be the death of me. Should go down if I hit it. Okay, that did surprisingly well. I was expecting to do way more with that. I know there was no type benefit, but Cargo is a good salt. Oh, a double KO would be so cool, but yeah, just barely not there. Yeah, just one quick defeat. I don't care that I hurt my friend. Just... No, really? That's so little. That's so little remaining. Like, the salt would have gotten it, but still. I just love how well that animation works on a flying Pokemon. But I don't get how it still had strength to just fly away that easily. Yeah, like, look at this mask. It's so much more traditional Japanese looking than the one that Okidoki had. But then again, so does the names. Like Okidoki, it's way too way too punny of a name for them to be the very evil thieves. Yeah, if she would have to talk the situation through, all of us would be hanged. Like, the place have no death like, friggin' death, capital punishment, but we would still be hanged. She's so bad at it. Convicted for 3 death penalties in a country without death penalties. Would almost be a world record. I think 4 death penalties in a country without death penalty is the record. And we aren't counting in like random tyrannical choices or random occupational jurisdictions. And even if we would, almost all of them, just death penalty, that's it. They don't stack the death penalties. And it's funny to look in history how many that have been given the death penalty and the execution has failed by law in most of those cases, in those times and places. They should have been left free because they suffered through the death penalty and survived. That was the whole reason why stacking of death penalties were made a thing. If they fail the execution, they can try again. But when they fail, they only have one death penalty. You should be man enough to let them go. I understand like that's not the best idea in most occasions, but if you fuck it up, you need to own it. And there is no place, far as I know, that wouldn't allow somebody committed to death to not be prosecuted after that. Like, many countries have laws that you cannot, like, put down a conviction and a punishment to a dead person, but you can still make it not legally binding, just as a, how to say, communal statement, still, even in those places. And the definition is that the person needs to be dead. So failed execution doesn't count. They are still legally alive. They have just legally died as well. That confused look. And like this should have been a huge moment for Kieran. Ogreborn just placed a ton of trust in him and started following. I'm gonna eat another donut. The same thing happened to me on the Violet copy. Ogrebone just fell from the freaking roof. I don't know what it was doing up there. Ogrebone, what are you doing? Why? Why have you fused us together? This is not living. This is pure agony. Every moment I crave death. There we go. But yeah, I don't get how the heck Kieran would have done this, especially this fast. And you saw the look of his face there. Like, everyone else is so happy, but not him. Like, I understand, and soon there will be more, but it goes wild. Just giving a heads up, it goes wild. Like, I wish that there would be more emotional stories in mainline Pokemon games, because good god, the amount of emotion they have put into every, and I do mean every, even the latest, not counting remake, Mystery Dungeon. Like, it feels like they tried with Sword and Shield, with the Canid side story, well, main story, because the Herba Mystica was part of the big goals, but still, it was a relatively minor bit of the story. But it's a Canid. How do you expect me to feel anything about that? And here, it feels like they really should have tried a tad more. The building blocks are there, they are just connected wrong. Very wrong. Instead of a car, we recreated a boat that cannot do anything else than sink very fast. Like a boat engineered to sink at maximum velocity. Bye bye. The pure shock. Yeah, it's fully understandable. Like, it's been alone for such a long while now. And now that Ogrebone has a friend, it doesn't want to let us go. And I fully understand that. Like, yeah. This makes sense, though. Kira knows that if Ogrebone comes with us, he won't see it again. We live quite the distance away. And Kieran has been, well, loving Ogrebone all his life. And the fact that they made the character admit that they know they're selfish, it makes sense. This one I understand. But I won't go further into it yet. I don't know, am I gonna be any more ready? Like, is it gonna be a true battle against Kieran? But, well, it's still not a real challenge. He should get a couple of my Pokemons down, though, at this point. But yeah. Like, it kind of, like, I kind of understand that his team gotten stronger, because the only like understandable thing what he was doing when he wasn't with us was to train, but this was quite a lot in very short time. There's a stiff tree. Aura. Yeah, both of them use the same tactic. First Pokemon with Focus Sash. I wouldn't say it's the best plan to have it on the very first Pokemon, especially when those Pokemons aren't, you know, the ones to do damage. I mean, to boost up the attack. And they should outspeed their foe as well for it to work. Ooh. Berries. Key berry. Ouch. Just so we see something different for once. I know I used Kilowatt for a brief time earlier, but just so I won't use the exactly same Pokemon again immediately, like with the Kieran fights. Kilowatt always had difficulties with the camera. Like, maybe it's a focal point for camera settings that had wrong. Something I'm not fully sure what's its issue. Yeah, that would have hurt. Ow. That hurts. And my twin healing isn't gonna do that much. It's gonna be another energy ball. That's simple. Wrath might actually be able to get past us. Because that... Yikes. It's fast, it's effective. Some might even say super effective. But yeah, this feels way more of like compared to my personal copy with me just using a single Pokemon just to bitch slap everything. Oh, level 100, not that to you. Oh yeah, I can't switch out. I forgot. It doesn't let me switch out if the move doesn't affect. That was a good teaching moment. Because I do remember that certain effects don't work, but I didn't remember that the switching out doesn't work either. Ow. That hurts. I was expecting that to hurt a tad more. This shouldn't take me down unless it's a crit, so let's try to freeze you. Didn't see that berry happening because I never used the ice type move against it. Yeah. So it is. Yeah, the amount of random Pokemons that, like wild Pokemons that have fainted for the fact that they tried to use a fighting move on a ghost. It's annoying. It might actually just beat me down. Yep, it chose to attack and it beat me down. I'm actually very surprised. I might potentially even lose here. I've been playing a lot, like, around way too much, and this is where it led me. Ooh. I was thinking that could have one shot. Yeah, in my hubris. I wonder where that belt goes now. I don't even remember what it did. It was a legendary item, but... What moves did he know? I'm gonna risk it. If I lose, I lose. Oh damn. I was expecting... I have one boost that it would have done a bit more than that. But that's not gonna do much. But what is its next move? No, the apple has an apple. Oh! Does it only have Syrup Bomb? It should outspeed me now. But if that's really the case, a crit would kill me. Up, here comes Dragon Balls. Oh, and there's the crit! I actually lost! Wow, this is the first time I actually lost in how long? Like in this generation, definitely. But like overall, I think it was the Diamond and Pearl remakes. No, wait, Legend happened after. I did lose to Volo more than once. That must have been the last time. Yeah, I don't remember losing to anything else. But yeah, that was interesting. Like, that was relatively smart for the AI, but I think it was just accidental. It was like, lower my speed, then do the finishing blow so I can't attack first. I'm just thinking, would I have lost on two of the Dragon Pulses faster? Maybe not, because it was a crit that took me down. You can't lie, you didn't beat Volo on first try. Nobody has. Like the main fight, like at first maybe, but not all of it. Like nobody was prepared that it would just keep going and going and going and going. I don't believe you. And like the music motif that happens in the fight when it goes from one like battle to the next one is just so awesome. But it's so bullshitly hard. Yeah, like the first time I attempted, I stopped when I was like, oh yeah, I'm winning. I didn't use any more. That's why I lost. Hurrah. Yeah, like you really need to strategically heal and revive in order to beat that fight to begin with. But the issue is that like even on my like second try, when I beat the second fight, I wasn't thinking that there's gonna be a third one. So I didn't have like a good spot to heal. I didn't do it because I was like, there's no way they're gonna have a third one. And then the music just loops back and oh no, that was the end of me. Now that I think of it, did I win Volo on the third try or did I require a fourth one? I'm not sure anymore. Potentially I needed more. Yeah, like I was almost certain that they aren't gonna put the origin form there. It wouldn't make sense. I was expecting that you're gonna enter a like a dimensional hole in a cave and do the fight there, like in post game. But then it was actually the reverse that happens. I'm gonna be outsped no matter what. Arboliva is gonna get wrecked. Wait, Salt Cure... It was against... Yeah, Steel and Water. Poliwrath is... it's water. Still. Fighting and water. So why... Why doesn't it say it's... effective? I'm gonna be outsped anyway. Ow. Rock and Ghost, what? No, Water and Steel. Like, it should be Ghost too. It should. Yeah, Salt Cure. I showed it a second ago. Like, it salts the water and it rusts the steel. But it should definitely work on Ghost as well. Billy Drum? Excuse me. What are you thinking you're doing? An NPC cannot just set up a one-hit KO machine like that. But way too late for even attempting. I'm gonna eat its berry. Nom. My speed. Yeah, roosting wouldn't have helped. But yeah. Let me show if I can still see it. Can't I look at the details of the moves? I can't. No, oh yeah, I can do it here. See, Steel, Water. Yeah, it must be because of that, but I just had the false memory that it showed. Because some moves that have a secondary thing like that do show that they are effective. Well, it doesn't have its berry anymore. Ow. I was playing with my Grey here a lot as well, but not to the full extent. So this was a way clearer match. It's a very random thing. It's had a way bigger effect than expected. Like, I didn't know originally about that ice resist berry, since I never used an ice move. And not all high level NPCs Pokemons have items. Usually it's very special that they have an item to begin with. And my Pokemon got healed without anybody asking or saying anything about it. But it's time. Time to battle. And there's a reason why I didn't save. I did when first encountering it, because I was expecting this to have been a normal fight, but no, it's a masquerade fight. And immediately as this began, I like already knew, yeah, I ain't just capturing it normally. I wish there would have been other Pokemon like this earlier, like in the main game. Special terrestrialization and all. Shadow Punch. The weapon. Ow. But most situations in Pokemon are just solved by hitting hard enough. To be honest, that's most fighting anime, but still. Yeah, I wouldn't say that we had such an adventure. We did a tiny amount of travel. Yeah, we fought against legendary Pokemon, but Pokemon was just watching on the sidelines. How did that give its energy to fully revive and switch up a mask? Ouch. Yeah, Ogreborn, I think it knocks out one of my Pokemons in Violet. Just because I missed attacks quite a few times. Holy shit. That was a bad matchup. And that's the amount of damage it did. I don't know if Excalibur is gonna do enough damage. Let's see. Oi! Stop learning new moves. Yeah, like, where is this coming from? And I forgot about this mask. I would have made different choices, but I forgot that this mask existed already. So now I'm gonna lose another Pokemon. Ouch. I might actually use Revive soon, because I don't want to do all of this over again. The healing is gonna be stacked insanely. If I get hit, there's so many healing stacks. Like on me. Yep, here we go. We have the terrain. Oh, I have the restore. I should have put down the seeds too. I don't know, would it have been negated here, but no. Default mask is just the best mask. Those extra horns are just an odd addition though. Like, I understand why and I don't understand why. It's not immune to lead seed, right? Oh, that was enough. So now the healing stack is gonna be a bad thing. But yeah, Skeletor should be able to handle it easily. Not should. Be sure it's gonna be outsped. But that's a grass type move. A valid attempt, but why didn't it use another move? And yeah. It's an automatic and you have to capture it. You have no choice. And this is the spot. Well, like, there are so many Pokeballs it would be fitting. Friend Ball would be very fitting. But I only have one. A Love Ball would be fitting for many. No, I wouldn't say. this is why I really have the system. Pretty much everything goes to Premier Balls. Just so it's gonna be easier for me to let go and have them in the live index. And they are easy to find in the listings. Those are good enough of reasons. And it's a Premier Ball. Like, come on. I use Premier stock, not just a common filthy model. Boom, number 200. And bum bum bum. Again, this is still understandable. Meanwhile, Carmine's reaction, definitely not. I lost the fight originally, so and again, the winner of the fight shouldn't and would not have changed things. Like, Ogreborn would not have let us go. He would have escaped. And yeah, this is what I meant. Like, I haven't forced you to be any sort of messenger, it's always her. I can't believe I'm already halfway of the stream. Like, 6 hours. Good God, time goes past. But I'm almost all the way through the story. Here's an upcoming annoying thing though. I generally don't want to, use my legendaries. Like in battles and all. Because if I want to train them up for something, I want them to be a clean slate. Well, it's a good thing there is that new Moshi available, so it shouldn't be that big of an issue, but it's still annoying. But you actually have to use Ogreborn for a fight, which is upcoming. I will tell you this, because I'm gonna need an additional break. I'm gonna prepare for the fight, and before it I'm gonna take a break. There's gonna be the fight, then maybe like closing marks, and then switching game so I can eat. Sounds like a plan. But yeah, who am I gonna take off the team? Yeah, that's actually true. Let's actually check that if Ogreborn is just in the party, but I never activate them. I think Arbor Levi is gonna do the least. So let's try this, and I'm removing a crash type, adding a crash type. But just in case, I will heal Ogrepon up, because it's in 1 HP. You know what, I'll just keep a larger break. I'm gonna continue to the end. I'll just make it a combinational break. Because I'm gonna mix up a drink as well. I was actually gifted a bottle of dew extract, so I can actually mix up some of that. And I'll be saving it for today, especially. It is Catturday celebration after all. Oh, like, it feels way worse than it should. And I found another one of these places. Like, I'm having a good time. It's just this specific year, as a numerical thing, feels very, very bad. But yeah, just in case, let's save. If something could happen. And let's see if I don't use Ogrepon. Can I do the fight? It's been like a couple of hours, like in story wise as well. No, don't want to. I actually didn't say no in the pilot copy. I wasn't expecting her to have some common decency. And wow, she actually just lets me go. Of course the story won't finish until I do this. I originally didn't have Ogrepon. I said yes, and she was like, you need to have Ogrepon in your party. Fine. We shall commence in battle. I wouldn't say it's that of a good battle. I forgot that it still leaves like an opening here as well to save, and if I say no, it's gonna boot me off again, right? How many like skips they put in here? I didn't even remember there being this many. Yeah, I'm not gonna switch it. Default mask, best mask. Bold move to start with a candid. Like, Intimidate is a good start, but Ora Ora on the other hand. Like, I love the, like, happenstance-based responses, but I hate how they didn't put in like a clause that only one of them can happen when they don't mix together well. It's a normal Ninetales. Let's just try the brute force. Quite far. Because I knew that it's gonna do something like that. So I should be able to just go through this without actually using Ultramon. The issue that the XP is gonna happen. And it's technically part of the battle. Which is my issue, but it has to be done, so it has to be done. And it's another reason why this DLC feels so much like the Isle of Armor. Because Kapfu. Like, we did the same thing, like trials with Kapfu, collecting masks with Ogrepon. And we end fighting with the Pokemon. I'm surprised that they were able to take me down. Or should I say more, that I wasn't able to take them down. I know that's super effective, but... Whoa! I wanted my stealth rocks. I'm not gonna give you a kill. Catturday train is a lot more than I expected, because I've never seen it in action. And why doesn't she have a full party when her little brother did? Like, I know that she didn't have time to train up and find more Pokemon, but she could have had one, just some new one. It's a starting thing. Like, Ice type is strong against her. Like, Ice fighting would like wreck her entire party. What would an Ice fighting do? What types of Pokemon it would go well with? Of course, the only one that comes to mind. I understand the reference, and it's good for the reference, but I just personally don't like it. And Yeti Crab. stab bonus. There needs to be stab. So it needs to be a fighting type and ice type. Both. And since we already have the Yeti crab, just plain old Yeti wouldn't be suitable. Because we have the Yeti tree as well. I think that's what is midfield. Where did that come from? Like, the fact that the two of us are in one place shouldn't give that out. And the ogre bone case, it's not that about friendship. One last time. When was the first time she played nice? I haven't seen that. Not for a brief moment. So yeah, Ogrebone just being in the party was enough. Let's put it with the others. Yeah, it shall wait for its rivals there. I'm not planning on capturing them today, because it's gonna take a while with my luck, especially today. Yeah, the order was remaining correct. So we shall finish the story. That actually worked better than I expected. So I wonder if I would have actually dropped down to them from the roof. I should have done that. Like, I get the youngest is quite young, but they're the only one that should have this reaction. Kitami Moshi set. I looked my inventory for so long to find it, and I didn't. I was like, is it just a bunch of moshi? Bum bum bum. Yeah, they're just leaving us to wander here. Why? No. Like, technically that's leaving kids abandoned. By law, you need to take the, like, in most countries, most civilized countries, I should say nowadays, like because you have been assigned to guard them, you can't just pass that assignment to somebody else. You would need to take the kids back, or to ask for a separate permission to exchange who's legally guarding the kids over here. How that came as a shock. That should have been obvious to everyone. Yeah, like I was shocked that they kinda tried to redeem Carmen here. Like, she genuinely feels like she's admitting the mistake and maybe learning something, but the true issues with her never gets acknowledged. Her behavior towards us was technically understandable and acceptable, but how she treats her brother, no. And we will never see her again. Actually, I'm gonna laugh my ass off if she's not in the second DLC. We didn't say anything. This is what I warned everyone. It looks like he's possessed by something. Like, this felt like it would have been part of the theoretical story I said. That the mask would have retained the malignant hatred, and that would have affected him. It's like, if he's actually gonna be the bad guy in the next DLC, good god, that's gonna be horrible. Like, there's no way they can make that reasonable. Like, even if he would be like the, oh, I released some ancient evil, and now we're all gonna die, oh, please help. Like, even that's gonna be like impossible in my eyes to make correct. Like, at least now. Maybe they can come up with something, but I can't see it working that well. And yeah, the DLC ends here. It's quite an odd way how it just ends like this. I would have expected that they would have taken you back home and then said that, like, hey, be welcome to visit here whenever you wish. Because this kind of make it feel like you are gonna meant to stay here. which is not the case. But yeah, there are plenty of raids in this map always, ton of items, more Pokemon to collect, capture, a side quest or two to go by. Like this trainer right here, for instance, but those are not for today. I'm thinking of maybe streaming somewhere closer to the release of the second DLC.
For the Emperor!
Hello, Laura. You came in at a bit of an unfortunate time, but welcome everyone. There's quite many of you. So yeah, I was just saying that my plan was that I would stream the Scarlet again sometime closer to the release of the second DLC, and during that I would most likely do some of the side quests, maybe capture some legendaries, or I might do capture legendaries off stream. But what I will do off stream for certain is to transfer Pokemon over and complete the DLC Pokédex for this version as well. But that's gonna be an off stream thing. I'm not gonna stop streaming overall, which is the unfortunate thing, but I'm gonna switch up what I'm gonna stream in a moment. My plan was to get to this specific thing. I just finished the story. Then I'm gonna take a break and switch up the game. That was the plan. So that's why the timing was a bit unfortunate. But I'm so happy to see you here. What were you streaming? In the meantime, I'm gonna save and quit the game. So let's switch to this screen. There we go. And I'm closing down the Pokemon. Oh, I didn't know that the game got a DLC. I have not seen much from the game, like, to begin with, only a slight amount. Did you finish the DLC? Like, or do you know, like, compared to the main game, how long is that one? Because this DLC is, it's quite short, but like, it's very comparable to Isle of Armor, so I get it. Note, I'm using low latency mode, but there's always a relatively long latency between that I do something and it shows on stream to viewers. It's annoying. I see. So there is plenty to do, is the main thing. Which makes it at least seem like a good DLC, which is good to hear. I'm closing down this capture software. There we go. But yeah. So, just to repeat, my plan now would be to take a break. It's gonna only be a couple of minutes. But I need to eat something. I've been on for 6.5 hours now. So I would mix up a drink, put stuff into microwave, and I would have the Great Booster opening while I eat, because that's an easy thing to do while I'm eating. It only requires the mouse, so so if you excuse me for a moment, I need a couple of minutes, but I will be right back.